Newly released police body camera footage showing Sunday afternoon's arrest of the suspect in another apparent assassination attempt on former President Trump. That man, Ryan Wesley Routh, appearing in federal court in South Florida this morning. He is now facing 2 federal gun charges, but prosecutors say more federal and state charges are likely as this investigation develops. Let's bring in NewsNation investigative correspondent Rich McHugh, who is now looking into Routh's background, his criminal history. Rich, what more are you learning?
Hi, Nichole. Well, a clearer picture is emerging, but I'll say this, that there's a lot there. Ryan Routh is 58 years old, longtime resident of North Carolina, though he was living recently in Hawaii. Residents there say he's a construction worker by trade, that he built this home, his own home, on the island of Oahu. I think we have video of the home. If we could roll, it'd be great. His truck there, neighbors say, he was proudly displaying an American flag and a Biden-Harris bumper sticker. They say he wasn't overt about it, but he did have the bumper sticker. They say he spent months at a time, at least 6 months, perhaps more, these neighbors in Hawaii, in the Ukraine, and that he went over there to fight in the Ukraine war. In this video that we have from Newsweek Romania interviewed him in 2022 in Kyiv. He talks about going there to fight and then not fighting because they said he had no military experience. So then he was there to help recruit thousands and thousands of people to this war, which he said was the most important war. Let's take a listen.
The question as far as why I'm here, to me, you know, a lot of the other conflicts are gray, but this conflict is definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook, you know, any movie we've ever watched, this is definitely evil against good. I mean, we're battling a situation here where, you know, the Ukrainians and the rest of the world are caring and kind and generous and unselfish and take care of one another, and it's just a matter of, you know, we need to stand up for that. For some reason, Russia does not grasp this concept that we're all one unit, and we have to get along and work together and be normal human beings.
In February 2023, Routh self-published a book on Amazon titled Ukraine's Unwinnable War. In that book, he first introduces this notion of a Trump assassination, and I want to quote, "I am man enough to say that I misjudged and made a terrible mistake, and Iran, I apologize. You are free to assassinate Trump as well. For me, that error in judgment and the dismantling of the deal." Routh's criminal record is long, much of it in North Carolina, dating back to 2002. Possession of stolen goods, carrying concealed weapon, hit and run, resisting arrest, and the big E that we've been talking about, possession of weapon of mass destruction, where he barricaded himself inside a business with a fully automatic machine gun. Neighbors in Hawaii, neighbors that he surfed with, they say, described him as laid back and were surprised by this. We have sound with them. Let's take a listen.
He went over there to do that? Really? Wow, it's hard to believe.
Because he's like so mellow, he's real low key. He doesn't make too much. He doesn't make any trouble in the community. Let me put it that way. So it's a real shock, very shocking news.
Now, our affiliate in North Carolina also spoke with a neighbor of Routh's and described being afraid of him. That Routh always had a lot of guns in the home and rifles. But that she was never thought he was capable of something of this magnitude. She indeed was surprised as well.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.